Hi, Chris Thomas here with inCity Magazine, and I hope you're doing fantastic today. Today, I have the pleasure of being able to speak with and meet author and artist Robin Chappell.
Hi. Yes.
How are you doing today,
Good.
Robin?
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay, well, my name's Robin Chappell. As he said, I'm an author of a book called Her Crowning Frenzy, which is poetry, but I'm also the founder of a nonprofit called Harmonious Incorporated, and it centers on sexual assault for men and women and also illiteracy.
You know, Robin, when I was able to take a look at, when you and I first met, a while back, and I did some research on you. I Googled you.
Okay.
All right. And I came across your LinkedIn page and everything that you have been doing. You've been busy.
Yeah. Really busy.
You're an artist.
Yes.
You're a businesswoman. Tell us about how all of that came together and what inspires you.
Okay. It's actually kind of crazy because the first thing that came was the book. I really always wanted to write my own book. I was published before in a book with other artists and with other poets, so I wanted to actually finally get it out. And I can say my daughter changed that because I was kind of procrastinating for a minute and not really doing what I knew I needed to do. So when she came along, I was able to write a little more and actually get it out, and that's when I wanted to start the nonprofit, and hence Harmonious Grace Incorporated is her name, which is Harmony Grace.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. We were gonna touch right into that. That brings right about it. Please tell us about Harmonious Grace. I mean, you kind of touched on the name and how you created the name and the organization itself, but can you dig in a little bit deeper about the organization?
Okay, well, I first started it because one, as far as books go, I love to read. Mm-hmm. And when I first got here, I'm a military brat. And when I got here, I saw just how bad illiteracy was in the city and in the community. I had one of the highest accelerated reader scores because my mom had me reading around about 2 years old. So I just saw how profound it was that people really couldn't read simple, types of things. So I definitely want to touch on that, and I want to start doing book fairs for Montgomery Public Schools, like the tours, because they don't do that anymore. And I used to love book fairs where you could just pick whatever book you wanted and actually just partake in reading with each other. And they don't do that too much anymore. I'm not sure why. But at no cost, I actually want to use my funds to conduct book fairs for elementary schools to junior highs, maybe high school.
That is very commendable. Mm-hmm. I was just thinking the other day as I was putting some things together, how important it is to be able to, reading is important.
It is.
But also the definition of words, because that is what triggers in your mind to be able to understand,
right,
to be able to what to do next or what someone is actually saying to get the gist of it so that we comprehend it. It's said that the English language is one of the most difficult ones because you have multiple words that are spelled the same way that are pronounced differently, or certain words that are pronounced the same way but spelled differently and that can totally throw the meaning of what you're saying off.
Right.
So, and then about how to, express the expression on your face when you say a certain word, as well, can throw the whole meaning of things off as well. So it's very commendable that you are dedicating your skills and your talents to help, young people, in the area. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So you have a new book of short story.
I do.
And for everyone, this is this wonderful short story, Her Crowning Frenzy, a collection of poetic stories.
Yes.
What inspired this?
Oh, I've loved poetry for a long time. I used to win poetry contests in school. I went to Brubaker Junior High, and I used to always win poetry contests there. And like I said, I had a poem published in a book with other poets. So I really also love telling stories. And so I decided to actually make short stories in 5 different categories, like love, passion, heartache, life, and just turn them actually into poetry at the same time, so that it's really just it's a different feel of it, and the reviews I've been getting on Amazon have been great. Everybody's been saying that it's definitely a different thing. Even if they don't like poetry, they've loved this. So I'm just glad I actually got this project out here, and I had fun making it. You know, I love writing poetry.
That's great. And again, her book is Her Crowning Frenzy, a collection of poetic stories. It's a short story, a book of it. What are you hoping that your readers will get out of your current book, Her Crowning Frenzy?
Oh, good. There's so many different categories in there, but most of them, the stories that I tell in there are some of my own personal stories, and they're stories that just are from my imagination. I have a very vivid imagination, and I love anything that has to do with thinking outside of the box. So that's what I want to actually get people to do, is to be able to read this and just think differently and maybe have different thoughts about certain things, whether it is just love, life, actually heartbreak, and just how to go about it.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing with us about your latest collection of poetic stories. Once again, all the viewers of inCity magazine, Robin's newest and latest collection of poetic short stories, Her Crowning Frenzy. And where's it available?
It's
right
available
now?
everywhere.
Okay.
You can Google it. It's on Amazon,
Okay.
Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Book Mad, Author House, which is who I published with. So if you just Google it, it'll pop right up.
Okay. And everyone is wondering about how to get in touch with you or how to connect, with you. Can
Yeah, I'm
you
on
please let us
actually
know how to do that?
everything really. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and everything is going to be Robin L Chappell as far as my book goes. And for my nonprofit, it's HarmoniousGraceInc.org.
Okay. How about some events that you have from now up into the future? How can they keep
you can
up with
keep
that?
in touch actually on the website for HarmoniousGraceInc.org for my fundraisers, but for the book, it would be my Facebook page, Robin L Chappell.
Okay. And you have a website again?
I do, HarmoniousGraceInc.org, but not the author page. The author page is Robin L Chappell on Facebook, and you could also find it on Instagram, Twitter, any social media site really.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone of inCity Magazine viewers for tuning in. Let's certainly get out and support our author here, Robin Chappell. Robin, thank you so much. I know you're in the midst of a book tour,
Yes.
right now. Thank you so much for taking some time out to speak with us.
Thank
And
you.
we look forward to supporting you and to following your progressive writing career.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's it. Thank you for tuning in to inCity Magazine.